Wait a second.
Long dick.
Alright, so to start making skins, you're going to need Notepad++ and Paint.net. I'm going to be covering these portions of it. You will get your DSPS skin toolbox from one of the creators inside of the Discord, and for today I'm just going to do a O2 Vic just to make it quick. Alright, let me cancel out of this, don't save. Alright, so that was a failed try at this. So I always delete the background that was there, like you just seen me do. Skip back a little bit in the video, watch me do that again, delete the background there. And then from here, Control V, expand canvas. Now your UV is on your platform. People do this differently. I don't. I choose to do it like this. I always go back and paint all the windows, all the stuff that you're not going to paint in the background, and then drop another layer and bring it below this layer here. And this is now your background layer. For the sake of video time, we're just going to go all black. Do it real quick. And then I'll show you guys how to do something even a little bit different if you wanted to. All black, and then add another layer. I add a layer in between every thing I do, so that way I can adjust. And you know, you'll find out if you start putting multiple things on one layer, everything will move with that layer if you don't like escape and go back to what you were doing. So let's open up Google real quick. Alright, so say you like this design and you want to throw it on the back of a car. Save that picture, save it there. Alright, now you can exit out of this, go back to your paint.net, file, open. There's that picture. It's going to come up here in the clipboard, up here. All you gotta do is click on it, Control copy, which is Control C, come back to this layer, Control V. Now you have it on this and it's above the black layer. So you guys know me, I like to do the quarter panels. So let's do the quarter panels real quick. And I'm going to show you a quick, easy way to get that done too. All you got to do is line up where you want it. Make it huge or however you want it. Let's go like, it's not going to be perfect, but we're just trying to get the quarter panel back with the diagonal. Alright, now the rest of this stuff here, you can erase. And I'll tell you why you erase it. Just because it doesn't flow together well if you don't do it separately. So we're going to add another layer, Control V, and do the same thing on this side. I'm just trying to run through it as quick as possible just to give you all the gist of what you can do and stuff. Alright. Quarter panel. Alright. Now if you just want to do quarter panels, you're done. If you want to do the trunk, I advise doing it separately just because it looks better that way. Add another layer, boom. Bring that over the trunk to fit it. Alright, now we got that. So now that you have that done, we're gonna file and oh fuck, hold on, let me door skins real quick. Door skins. I'm gonna show you how to do a door skin. My old trusty Google Gemini. Go here, boom, upload files. I have a bunch of door skins somewhere here. And then we'll just do remove everything but the bottom middle door skin. So I'm gonna have to remove everything but the bottom middle one. Okay. Let's try this again. Alright, now personalize it to yourself. 71422B5 and Andy Lauren to Custom Junkies. I'm trying to be quick about it, but the skin looks good, so I don't want it to look like shit either. Alright, and then I like to do the PNK. Change PNK to KJP. And we're just going to leave the B&M Industrials. Just because I don't care, and it's just a sponsor. Just for video's sake. Okay, and then we... Just to make sure, I'm going to remove the background on it. Alright, download that. Go back to our paint. Open it up. And if y'all already know how to do this, you can skip through this part as well. Copy this. New level. So basically what I did is I used this tool, this magic tool here, to click on everything outside of this, and then Control X will get rid of all that. And then you copy it. Hold on. Alright, new layer. We'll throw that door skin on. Copy it. New layer. Paste it. Bring it up here, and then just flip it. Once you flip it, line it up right. Alright, so boom, there's that. And we're just gonna be good with that. Now, when we save it, I always save it to my desktop just because it's easier to get to. Desktop, and then we're gonna name this Red V5. Now, I will say, if you use a space, when you use a space, you're gonna have to use a underscore encoding. So I just try to steer clear from using spaces for my names. And then you're gonna save this as a DDS, direct draw surface. Save. Oh wait, hold on. I'm skipping ahead. I'm doing things that you shouldn't even be doing yet. Before you save this, so stop right where you're at. Before you save this as a DDS, layer 2, your background layer that you started this off with, you want to check mark that and make it not seen. You don't, because you're gonna have lines and stuff on your car. I made that mistake the first time I made a skin, and now I'm making that mistake the first time I'm making a video about making a skin. So take away, make sure that your pink layer that you started with is not there when you go to save this. So let's go through that again. File, save as, red V5, and then direct draw surface DDS, save, okay, flatten, and now it's done. I'm gonna back out of this. I'm not gonna save this. I already have this stuff saved right here. So here's my DDS on my home screen here. I have a vehicles file, so I have a file on my desktop named vehicles, and this is where I make all my skins out of. So that way I can go in here and I can just, whatever I did last, I can just delete it. So in your DSP skin toolbox, you're gonna go to skin coding, and you're gonna find your RDP Vic file. Copy that file right there. Go into your vehicles file and place it into your vehicles file. Your vehicles file is where you're gonna make all your skins out of, your rad guards, everything. So now you're gonna just follow file pathing here. So from RDP Vic, you have the rename file. You're gonna name this the same thing as that you named your DDS picture, Red V5. Now, obviously, this has other stuff in here, but I'm gonna leave this in here. This is gonna be Sober's portion of the video, the creasing and stuff. This also comes out of your DSP skin toolbox and your normal maps. If you don't have them all, then we'll get them to you. So now that you're in here, you've changed your rename file, you're in here, take your red V5, throw it in there. You got your DDS in there now. You just got to do your coding. Coding sounds very hard, but it's not. So here you see Delta flag. 9 times out of 10, if you have a brand new, like if it's Sober's DSP or DSP toolbox, then it's going to say rename here. So wherever it says rename, or if it says the name of the car that's in there, like sometimes they'll say Nasty 4-door. In this case, this was my old one. It says Delta flag. You're just going to rename that. Control H will bring you up to this right here. Or you can go to search and replace. So you're going to replace Delta flag, whatever's there, with whatever the name of your file is. So red V5 is my file in this case. So now I got all that done. You can change the author if you'd like to. Author's just going to make it to where it shows that you'd made it. Remember to save this. Now we go to the skin materials. Same thing here. A lot of these here, like I said, this one's my old one, so it's going to say Delta flag on it. But a lot of these will say replace me or rename or something of that sort. Now, I will say this. When you go to do your skins, make sure, this is the most important part here, the base color map. Make sure it has vehicles, RDP Vic, red V5, because that is the file pathing. You can see up here it says vehicles, RDP Vic, red V5, and then they're reading this right here is what the last red V5 is. So, and if this doesn't say DDS here, make sure it says DDS. It needs to say red V5.DDS. The file pathing is the most important part, because if you don't get this right, it will not pop up in the game. So sometimes you're going to have vehicles, RDP Vic, red V5 textures. So it needs to say here, it would have to say textures, then another slash, so that way, you know, your file pathing was correct. Just make sure your file pathing is correct. That's the biggest main thing here. So now we're going to save this. All right. That is how you do your skin coding. That is how you make your skin itself. From here, you're going to click on your vehicles file now, right click on it, and compress it to a zip file. It's going to create a new file down here, vehicles. You're going to rename it red V5. And now your file is ready to go in your mods folder, which would be in your current. If you don't know how to get to your mod folder, you'll go to Beam, go to your repository, and then go left and click Mod Manager. Down in the bottom right, there's going to be something down there in the bottom right that says Open Mod Folder. It'll take you right to this right here. If it takes you to the current, if it takes you here, click on Current Mod Folder. This is where all your mods go. I hope you guys know where that already. Now, all you have to do is take this file and drop it into your mods. Alright, now go to Beam. I'm just going to run you through getting it onto Beam and stuff like that too. Sober will probably do the same thing in the next video, which includes how to use World Editor to get creases and get all the glossy map and stuff on there. But right now I'm just going to run you through getting it in the game and popping it up in game, just to show you that file pathing does work. That's how you get it. By the way, here you go, mods, open mod folder. That's how you would get to your mod folder if you don't already have it on your desktop. And I would advise putting it to your desktop if you're going to make skins from now on. When you put a skin in the game, always update your mods and then activate your mods. Alright, so now I'm going to go to a showroom. Alright, now that we're here, let's pull out a Vic. Vehicle configuration, paint, red V5, and it is in game. Now, you can already see it looks glossy and stuff because of the way it's just because of the skin file I used. I'm actually finna keep this skin because it looks dope as hell, I ain't gonna lie. But Sober's going to teach you how to get the glossiness on here, how to make it look the way it looks right now, because as you can see, mine already looks glossy and creased because I already used the crease file and gloss file for this car. But Sober's going to teach you how to do that. He's going to teach you how to do it correctly. So let's get over to Sober, who's probably in his truck.
Alright guys, welcome to the second part of this video where we're going to teach you how to do the shining, the creasing, the opacities. I know on Delta's video, his was a little more done than it is now, but I went ahead and redid everything to where it's going to be at on your screen, so there is no creasing, there is no shininess. So I know his car looks a little bit different right now, but we'll get there. So, uh, what we're going to do is we're going to press F11 to go into the world editor. You are not going to have the material editor pulled up yet. That's fine, but you need the material editor. So up on the top, you want to click on the window, click on the material editor, and then it's going to pop up. It's going to be, relatively small. It is probably going to look something like that when you open it up. So just grab it on the top here and drag it like over to this bar. If you want it on this side, drag it over to that bar. It really doesn't matter. Just I put it over there so that way every time I open up World Editor, it's there, it's out of the way, makes it a lot easier to work with. So to get started, you're going to want to click on the car. You're going to want to go from scene selection, come over to this address bar right here, and I know it's already selected on my screen, but yours will probably open up somewhere up here. So you're going to want to scroll down until you can find your skin. Normally the VIX, being a VIC, is typically down at the bottom, which is fine. So once you click on your skin, you're then going to come down here to the first base color map right here. You're going to want to click on that, go up a second time, find your skin, open it up, find your skin again, make sure it's the DDS, click on it, click open. We want to make sure that's in the top base color map. That way it knows that this is what we're working on. It's a little bit of an extra step. A lot of guys don't do it, but it helps. Then, if all you're wanting to do is just make the car shiny, make the car look more rough, then we're not going to have to go too much further through this. But if you want to get into like adding opacities, adding creases, we're going to go into that after teaching you how to shine it up. So we're going to scroll down. You can leave all of that alone for now. You're going to want to come over here to layer 2. Make sure in the base color map it has that. Typically it does. If it doesn't, put it in. Come down to metallic. That's where you get your shine, a lot of your shine. The higher up, the more metallic-y it is, the lesser, the more rough it looks. So if you like it really shiny, really chromy, bring it all the way up. Next, you're going to come down to your roughness, and you're going to bring that up and down. So like as you can see right now, it's pretty well chrome. Bring it up, it adds a little bit of shine, kind of brings back some of the color a little bit. It's however you want it to be. We're gonna go ahead right now and put that back at 0 or halfway mark ish. Next you're gonna come down here. You're gonna go to. I'm screwing this all up. I already tried making this video and then Delta came in to talk, so I'm restarting it. So after you get, the car roughly where you want it, you want to come down here to advanced properties, open that up, and then this is your clear coat. So again, it just changes the way the clear coat looks, the clear coat roughness. So, put your settings where you want it until you're happy, and then that's going to be the extent of it. Then after that, you're going to want to come down to advanced all layers, and you're going to want to click on the alpha clip. Then you're going to want to come up whenever you're happy, like this is how you want the car looking. When you are satisfied with it, you're going to click this save. And now the next step is going to come, but first I'm going to teach how to add creases, opacities, We're going to finalize this car, make it to where we think it looks good, and then I'm going to teach you the last step after that. So next we're going to go to our crease. Come down to the normal map on layer 1. Click on that, go up, go back to your skin. Make sure that in your skin file you have, this is my opacity. This is the normal map for the crease. Make sure you have that inside your skin file. We're going to open that up on layer 1. We're going to come back down, layer 2, same thing. Normal map, up, skin file. We're going to add the normal map to the normal map. This is our crease. From here, we can adjust this number. So as you can see right now, this is like, it's not the minimum amount. This is like your average amount of crease, So you can adjust it as high or as low as you want. Typically on most creases, I don't do more than like a 3 to a 5. But as you can see, we'll just enter a 2 here. It changes quite a bit, quite fast. So it all depends on how you want it. We're going to put this one at a 3 just to leave it severe. And then we're going to come up and change this metallic a little bit. Come back down here. We're going to change this roughness a little bit. Now, this isn't going to be the same as how Delta had it. Delta had how he liked it, and that's fine. I'm just kind of making it how I like it now. Then we're going to come, bring that up. Yeah, see, like that's real. When you start adding crease, it really starts to mess with like the metallic factor. So you really want to spend time just kind of going back and forth to get it where you like it. So I personally myself, I kind of like it like that. I know if this was a skin that I was going to finalize, I'd spend a lot more time on it. But again, if you're just adding, the shine and the crease, once you get it to where you like it, hit that save. And then now we're going to do the opacity real quick. If you don't know what the opacity is, you're going to find out. So right now, this is how the roof looks. You want to add an opacity to make it cut out right here like it had a sunroof or something like that. Again, if you have them, great, you can make them. I'm not going to go through the process of making them. They're fairly simple to make. If you start getting into like rad guards and GTPs and cutout roof signs and stuff like that, making an opacity is identical. It's not hard. It's just a process that you have to learn. So you're going to come down here to the opacity map, click on that, have your opacity right there. We're going to open it, and then we're going to come down to layer 2, back to opacity map, come to our skin, open that up, and bam, look at that. Now we got a moonroof. Just one of those things that, a lot of people don't do, a lot of people don't care, a lot of people like them. It depends on the look you're going for. Thing I personally don't like about the opacities is, despite it's cut out up there, it's not cut up in there. It's not a perfect system, but it adds an exterior look that you like. So if that's the way you like it, great. You're done. You saved it. We'll save this one again, even though we're not putting this in. We're done with World Editor. So we're going to go ahead and press F11 to get out, and then we are going to close the game. Oh, sorry about that. So we're going to assume that you have your skin right here, right? So Delta probably told you to drag it in to your mods. That's fine. Just drag it back out to your desktop, and then you're going to want to extract all. So now it's up here. We're going to go ahead and open that up. And then over here in our mods, we are going to go up one level, we're going to come down to the vehicles, open that. We're going to run down to where it says RDP Vic. We are going to open up our skin. We are then going to come back over to our skin file, open it all the way up, and then we are going to copy this and we are going to paste and replace. And now this file right here is what has your opacity, your crease, your shininess. It has everything that you changed in it. So if you go to load into a server and they put your skin in, it's going to look fine on your end, but on their end, they're not going to see any of that. So you have to put this over here before you send it. And then you're going to come back up to your vehicles. You're going to recompress it. And then once it's compressed, you're going to rename it. Then you're going to take this file, send it to the servers, and you are done. It's not hard. It takes a little bit of practice. It takes a little bit of comfort. Hopefully this video helps. And if you have any questions, there's plenty of people that are out available to help me, Delta. You can join Lucid's Design Hub on Discord. There's going to be plenty of help over there if you have questions. Besides for that, good luck and take care.